Hey everybody, Ryan here at eTrailer. Today on our 2018 Honda Odyssey, we're going to be taking a look at the Thule Camber Hitch Mounted Bike Rack. So the rack that we have here today can hold up to a total of 4 bikes, but if you don't need to carry that many, there's a 2-bike version available as well. So one of the big questions we get asked all the time in regards to hitch mounted bike racks is if you're still going to be able to open up the hatch and get into the back of your Odyssey. This one does fold down out of the way and allows us to do that. Come here to this lever, pull up on it, it'll swing down, and that's going to give us quite a bit of room to get anything we might need in and out of the back of our Odyssey, whether it's gear, coolers, groceries, whatever it might be. So once you're finished up back here, you can close up the hatch, let it swing down. And then to get this back into that stored position, all you're going to have to do is lift it up. The way the rack works is really simple. It's going to hold our bike down in 3 spots. So we'll have 2 straps here along the top tube and a strap down here. And that's going to act as an anti-sway strap. That's going to help prevent that side-to-side movement. That way we don't have to worry about our bikes kind of banging into each other as we're going down the road. With that being said, let's go ahead and take our bike off. Have a better look at the rack itself. I'm just going to push down on these tabs here and swing the straps up and out of the way. Same deal here for our sway strap. And something I think is pretty important is the fact that our arms here are relatively narrow, especially with such a long rack. The narrow arms are going to make our bike a lot easier to get off. Some of the other racks that have real wide arms, you really have to kind of fight it and work it off the rack. That's really not the case with this one. So the cradles here where our bike's frame is going to sit are somewhat adjustable, and that's going to help accommodate different styles and shapes of frames. And they're also going to have a really soft rubber material on them. It's going to be that same material on the strap as well. So that's not going to scratch up our bike's paint or anything like that. Now I do suggest whenever we're done using the rack just to put the straps back in place. That way we don't have to worry about anything happening to them. So one thing we need to think about is when we have the rack in this position, it is going to extend the overall length of our Odyssey. And to find out exactly how much, we'll measure from the hatch here to the very edge. Looks like it's going to be about 42.5 inches. So that takes up quite a bit of space and something you want to keep in the back of your mind whenever you go to pull into your garage or maybe even a tight parking spot. Now the good news is the arms do fold down and frees up quite a bit of space. You lift up on this lever, we'll swing down, and now the rack is pretty compact actually. So we'll take that same measurement. And in this position, it's only about 12.5 inches. So with it like this, I really don't see it giving you any issues when you do go to pull into your garage or that tight spot. So the rack is going to work with those 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube openings like we have here today on our Odyssey, but it also has the ability to work with the smaller 1.25 by 1.25 receiver tube openings. So if you have another vehicle in the household with a different size hitch, chances are pretty good the rack is going to work with it. That is going to come with a anti-rattle bolt, and what that's going to do is eliminate any slop or play here in the connection point, and that's just going to keep the ride inside of your Odyssey a lot more quiet and provide your bikes a little more of a smooth ride as well. So to kind of give you an example on how it works, say for in our Odyssey going down the road hitting some bumps, you can see that the rack is going to move with our Honda and not on its own.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action. This simulates turning corners or evasively maneuvering. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement. Once we get to the full speed bumps, we'll see the up and down action. This will be just like driving in and out of a parking lot, parking garage, or driveway.
So at the end of the day, a great way to carry around a lot of bikes. That way you don't have to mess around with any roof rack accessories or worry about throwing them inside of the Odyssey. You can just keep them all back here. And when it is in this stored position, it's actually pretty compact for being able to hold all those bikes. And in my opinion too, I think it looks pretty good on the back of the Odyssey. And that'll finish up our look at of the Thule Camber Hitch Bike Rack on our 2018 Honda Odyssey.